Okay, good evening, dear viewers of Gaza Media. Today is Tuesday, the 31st of March, which is the last day of the month. The last day of the month of March, will soon be getting into summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, while people in the Southern or in the Equator will be moving towards the winter or the rainy season. And today we'll be discussing about GBHS Fontem that has been making headline in the BLM, one of the pioneer school after Seat of Wisdom College that was created in 1981, and we'll be uh, presenting to you what is actually going on right now, and we'll focus more on the second batch, and I will be bringing in one of the members by name Mrs. Canisia Fontem, who is of the second batch. Of course, as we have seen previously, we have been reporting how the other student went to GBHS Fontaine, visited the school, and other. We'll be discussing that. And don't forget that the convention will be coming on starting this Friday all the way to Sunday. So we'll be bringing you footages and all the reporting and all that is happening within the community. So if you are joining Gaza Media for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe, like, always leave your comment so that we know exactly what and how we are doing here at Gaza Media. Let me bring in Mrs. Canisia from them and yes, you are welcome to Gaza Media and happy to meet you today after a very long time.
Happy to meet you, Gaza Media. It's a
Yes.
pleasure.
Yeah. So, yes, let's start before we get into the assignment of the convention that is coming on in Boya. Let me just get a little bit about how your group started because I think last time Mr. Josh Tazi was explaining that you were actually like the founder or who actually motivated other people to start the group. You want to share with us maybe for 1 minute?
That's perfectly correct. Thank you. Actually, in 2020, I actually saw that some junior batches, like your batch 8990, were really starting up strong, doing great things. And you know, good things are good to emulate, right? So I started contacting a few classmates, asking how we could come together as one. I mean, we are all dotted all over the world. We're like one of the largest first classes of that school as a second batch, and we are so many of us uh, blessed and all over the world, Europe, America, Africa, call it what. So decided to, I decided actually to create a WhatsApp group. And that WhatsApp group, we started inviting one another. Uh, Everybody brought in everybody that they knew. And before we knew it, we are like 80 of us in the WhatsApp group. So that was an amazing thing that I thought it came to be because some of us have been like for 30 years without seeing one another or some other people or not even meeting some other classmates since we graduated in 1987.
That seems to be a long time, 1987. We are of the nine batch, and yes, recently you have your president. I think the president and the vice president and the secretary general, they went to Jesus Fontem in Menji and actually visited the school. It was like sometime first time people going there, first time people actually see maybe images of the school. Uh, Unfortunately, that for the past 80 years, there have not been any school going on, and the structure, the campus look a little bit kind of disarray or compared to where you were there 30 years or 30 something years ago. So when you look at the school campus, what do you make of that?
First of all, I want to really applaud the executive that we have, the second batch, led by Mr. Nkemlemo Dennis. And the courage they took, three of them, Barrister Evaristus and Kafu and George Tazi, they went, I mean, beat all odds and went to that place where we started studying, where our life journey started. And it was a difficult trip to get there, they told me, but they got there and they almost shed tears. They said it is not the place we know, it is not what we left. And of course, we know how devastating the crisis has been to every infrastructure in that division, grammar school not being left out. They went there, they saw it, they sent us pictures, and we were so proud about what they did. And coming back to your question, the infrastructure is all damaged. Everything was damaged. So the reconstruction objective is one of the reasons why we are holding this convention. You know, we said it in our theme for the convention, we said honoring the past, celebrating excellence, and shaping the future. This is part of shaping the future. How do we want to shape the future? By reconstructing that place that made us to be what we are today. So they
Yes.
went and saw.
Yes, not being so interrupted, but yes, this was kind of like pushing me to the point where I should be asking, like, because if you listen to what they said after viewing the struggle, they say they would like to pick up a project of their own, even though there's a general alumina, but as a class, as a second batch, they would like to pick up a project from the school. So my question to you is, whatever the executive or whatever they identify, because they were on the ground, would you be willing to support that project? Maybe rally some other people to say, no, let's support this project that they have identified.
100%. I will be willing, my batch will be willing, and we are also appealing to all alumni of that school, that institution, that cherished environment. Government, now we used to call it GSS Fontem, now it's Government Bilingual High School Fontem, that they should. And you know, it's we are not the first, right? I still really go back to thank 8990 class batch that has already supplied the most expensive thing that could be. Providing light is life, and they have done it. So for us, yes, they picked one project already. And as a matter of fact, we are still working to see which is the best because they mentioned when they went, they had a meeting with the administration and they talked of priority projects. And the first two were rebuilding the lab, the science laboratory, and equipping the staff room. So we are going to be raising funds ourselves and at the convention in order to support this reconstruction effort because students cannot learn, do science as a theory these days. They have to go to the lab and do the lab, whatever they're learning in order to pass the GCE or in order to be the scientists that are modern scientists out there starts in the lab. So we are looking at um, starting something in the lab. I know making a lab to stand up should be a lot of, I don't know what it entails, but we have to come to that and see how we are supporting that lab to come back to what it was and even more modern. And I know second batch cannot handle this on its own. And that's why I'm appealing to all the other batches to chime in and make this thing happen.
Yes, yes, Mrs. Kani, sometime in an organization or even within the group, people may have different opinion, like let's say the proceed or the fundraising that is going to take place on Saturday night. I know the convention will start on Friday. Sometimes people will have different opinion. Oh, we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this. Do you ever encounter such in your organization? Like, if so, how will you be able to convince them that this is a model thing to do? You're talking about modern lab, lab that are connected to computer. We're talking about internet, sometime virtual lab, where somebody can even sit here in the US, maybe volunteer to do some of the stuff.
Well, in every organization, just like in every family, people always disagree. Okay, the only thing to work around it is that people should disagree to agree. There's nothing that you can put down as a project and people come behind you 100%. Um, Not everybody is on board, but we are not going to just say, we just try to talk things. It's communication. We have to sensitize people why they should be on board for this lab or any reconstruction to actually happen. Yeah, and just to tell you that not actually right now, not everybody is on board, but we are talking it out as friends, as classmates, and sensitizing. And they are gradually, those who were not on board originally are gradually coming on. And we really do appreciate them coming to the knowledge that we have to be one and look back at what made us to be where we are so that we can help the younger ones that are in the environment to become something like us tomorrow or to be even more responsible and do greater things than we are doing right now.
Yes, that's quite true, especially like being role model. Sometimes when you see technology, like you see, sometimes you look at the school campus that used to house over 2,000 and didn't maybe during around the 90s. Then you look at the population now, and that's something that I think the momentum is gradually coming back. Now, moving on to the convention in Boya, have you, are you guys even sometime in contact with some of your ex teachers, stuff like that?
Oh, Gaza Media, that is the most exciting thing about this convention. These men and women who sacrificed coming to that village, it wasn't the village of most of them. We thank God many of them are still alive. We extended an invitation to them and they are so excited and they are coming to join us in Boya. So Saturday will be a very memorable day because for maybe 30, 40 years, we have not seen some of these teachers who were so devoted in that little village teaching us. So we have up to 10 that are coming for the convention. And I would just like to mention their names briefly. We have Mr. Ajong Stephen, who was the discipline master. We have Pa Muma, who was also the discipline master. We have Mr. Ajong Dinga, who was the chemistry teacher. We have Mr. Tanto Johnson, who was the geography teacher. We have Mr. Ken Ramos, who was our maths teacher. We have Pa Akama Peter, who was the economics teacher. We have Mr. Tayo Dennis, the physics teacher. Mr. Fomin Sebastian, who was a maths teacher. Mr. Nundem Pierre Marie, French teacher. So sorry, the maths teacher was Mr. Fombin Sebastian.
Wow.
Thank you. So we have 10 of them that are already on
Ready
their
to,
way to Boya as we speak. It's exciting. I do
that's,
really appreciate them. Right.
that's wonderful. So, yeah, before we wrap up this segment, I know definitely sometime in an organization you have some people challenges that some people they want to drag their leg, they want to see if this thing will work or is this serious? Still maybe still hanging around the fringes. Any word or any special message to them?
Yes. And as I said before, there's no organization, there's no family where there will be not be any people who will, we always disagree, right? And so I'm telling a message to my classmates is this. We kept together excitedly and started this. And I'm appealing to you, my fellow friends and classmates, that you should all be in Boya, for this to be like the day we started in Form 1. We didn't choose our destiny. It happened that we had to be sitting in this on the same decks, share the same ideas, fight and do everything together. And we are grown up, becoming mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, and we should keep our differences aside and focus on what made us to be where we are. We'll always disagree, but let's look for a medium always to come together and foster what was what made us and what will make the future be better for others, just like it made us to be where we are right now.
Yes, Mrs. Fontem Kanese, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We'll see you in Boya come Friday, all the way
Thank
to
you.
Sunday. So, dear viewers, we'll be bringing live images to that particular event. And again, we want to thank each and everyone for staying tuned to Gaza Media. We'll continue to bring you updates as the event unfold. But stay tuned to Gaza Media. Continue to share our production, continue to follow us on all the latest news, especially with focus on the BLM. Again, I'm Ernest Kumba for this presentation, and bye bye for now.